Well, how are ye? So I'm going to show you stuff here for um, Waterford City and County Development Plan 2022 to 2028. Now, for those of you living up in Tycor Industrial Complex, Morrison's Avenue area, you will know that 2 nights ago, it was the 9th of May, there was a fire there. But did you know that they had a vision for Tycor back in 2022 to demolish it? They did, imagine. And nobody knew about this. Only people that go into these archives and read them, which is nobody really. You know? Noreen O'Shea is doing it extensively there. I hope you're listening. But I'm after going into the Waterford one here now because I've noticed something. I've noticed a lot now. I've looked. We're here. But for Tycor, the other night, development on this underutilised city centre site should provide for mixed-use developments with an emphasis on employment and residential uses, which is compliant with the zoning objective. Now, as far as I know, that was a very busy business park for small businesses in this local area. You know, if I'm right, there was 40 plus businesses there. So that it wasn't underutilised. It was used. The development should address the extensive street frontage along the maximised natural assets old factory site. A high quality public realm will be required in any development, including pocket parks, pedestrian and cycle links through. The site should be included in the overall design. Adjoining private amenity spaces of neighbouring residential properties should be protected through the design and layout of any proposal potential housing yield. They have this plan since 2022 and there's absolutely nowhere has it said that they want to demolish this at any point. There's no planning permission to demolish it. There's just nothing there for anyone to know. Only what's in the council documents. And it's classified as OPS 16, Tycor Industrial Complex, approximate size 1.62 to 1.63 hectares. Constraint. Displacement of existing land uses. That's what it falls under. Displacement of existing land uses. Now, it wasn't displaced up until 2 nights ago. So, that wording is important because in planning terminology, it usually means there are existing businesses or industrial activities operating there now. Redevelopment would likely require relocation or removal of current occupants' use. The council sees the land as strategically important for future regeneration or rezoning potential. That is an important site for them. They needed that. Could you imagine the uproar if they had to ask everyone to get out of there? So they got rid of, I'm not saying anyone did anything. I'm just speculating here. They had plans here to redevelop the place, and all of a sudden it's burnt down. And thank God nobody was killed. But a lot of people are traumatised. Houses had to be evacuated. 7 cars went on fire. A truck went on fire. I watched the thing from my window. I watched a big, huge explosion. Kaboom, like fireworks. It was a massive fire. They were over 40 feet high, flames. The thing burnt for hours. So It does not prove itself compulsory purchase, I-pass accommodation, housing approval, demolition approval or a final redevelopment decision. At the moment, this appears to be a strategic planning designation inside a wider regeneration framework rather than an approved project. So what is significant is that the Tycor site was formally identified by the council as an opportunity site, meaning that they are actively considering the future change or intensified use there. You can track this further through weekly planning lists, Part 8 council developments, rezoning applications, strategic housing development site applications, land transfer records, consultation submissions and councillor meeting minutes. It's all there. The official planning lists are there, and the full development plan portal is here. I'll show you. So, as far as I know, the Causeway Group own Tycor, and they have been involved in bringing lots of iPass centres to Ireland. So, OPS 16 Tycor Industrial Complex, Morrison's Avenue, 1.62 hectares, and it repeatedly references displacement of land uses or displacement of existing zones. You know? So everyone needs to question what's going on here. So they do. People in Waterford need to wake up to Project 2040. It's all over the place. They're showing you, like, you go down onto the quays there and it's everywhere. Look, here, this is Waterford. Like, look at all these sites. Waterford Crystal, that's done. Gasworks, Dock Road, they're doing all the docks, they're putting the brick, you know, all the plans are there. And this is their smart cities. Their biodigital convergence. You know, I drove up from Cork the other day. Cork is swamped in cameras. Everywhere you go, there's surveillance. There's a Chinese social credit system style Ireland been built around us all. And they're knocking down the old to build the new. And as they build the new, they're building it with all these smart infrastructure. No one's stopping it. No one's questioning it. You're all been snuck in here to, like, you know, surveillance, boot stomping on your face forever. So we could go through all of this here. Look, if you live in any of these areas, you know, they're coming after them by 2028. So Clayboy, Tycor Road site, Keens Road, there you go, you know. The development should address the extensive street frontage along Clayboy, Keens Road and Tycor Road. Future shall compromise a high quality design, fine-grained, active frontage blocks providing a strong built edge. A high quality public realm will be required in any development, including pocket parks. Pedestrian and cycle links between the Clayboy and Tycor Road should be included in the overall design, and adjoining private amenity spaces of neighbouring residential properties should be protected throughout. So basically, the question should be asked, what's going on here? The council had planned to demolish this. Nobody knew this was going to be demolished. There's no planning permission, no nothing. No one was asked to be removed, like, you know, do you want to be moved out of there to move somewhere else with your businesses? None of that was asked. All of a sudden, the place is just burnt down. And thank God no one was killed. So wake up, people. It's your councils, your elected officials, your solicitors, your lawyers, your judges, your barristers. Everyone working for the state here is involved on some level. And then you have the builders building it, the electricians, you know. Ireland is building its own demise. The Irish, but they are getting foreign aid in here to do foreign workers, you know. Ireland has just been replaced right now. You can see it. You know, these state buildings, buses, post offices. You're being pushed out while the replacement has been pushed in. It's not their fault. They're just following whatever. But it's all done on purpose. It's not the people that are the problem. It's those that are doing it that are. So, something sinister is going on here. It really is. So you want to be questioning your local councillors and politicians there as to how come this was planned to be demolished and all of a sudden it's demolished by a massive fire that nobody knows who lit it